Hello everyone and welcome back to Nether Trey's Let's Play Resonant Rise 3. This is episode 2. We're going to start off today by working on that smeltery that I talked about. So what we're going to do is take our clay and sand, gravel, put them together to make some grout. Four stacks of grout, or pretty close anyway, should get us what we need to get started. I'm just going to throw them in these furnaces. Takes 8 pieces of coal, smelt a stack of grout. Let's try that again. And that'll take a little while to smelt up. In the meantime, I think I'm going to take my stone pickaxe and I'm going to jump down this hole and see what we can find down below. I'm just going to cut out the mining footage because it's kind of boring. So I'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, I think we got enough seared bricks going now to get a smeltery started, so I'm going to go ahead and take these seared bricks out. And we're going to go up to the surface and see what's going on up here. Nothing. Good. So, I'm going to clear out a space. I don't really want to build it up here because, like I said, I'm planning on taking this whole area down one. So, this is going to be a temporary position anyway. I think I'm just going to build the smeltery right here. So I like to build the 3x3 base. We're going to take our smeltery bricks. Going to do the base, back side, the right side. Let's throw that one there. I'm going to need a crafting station to make some of the parts. So in order to make a smeltery work, you need a couple different things. One thing you're going to need is the smeltery controller, which is made like that. Stick that one right up front here. We're also going to need a smeltery drain. We're going to need several of them actually. I'm also going to need some more of those bricks, so let's make another one of those. That smeltery drain can go here. Smeltery drain. Oops. Smeltery drain needs a faucet to work. I'm going to stick that right there. We're going to make our casting table, which goes right in front here. I'm going to make a couple more bricks. Stick those right here. Stick one of these here and here. Put the other one right here. I do need a piece of glass. So I'm going to hop back down in our little hole here real quick. Grab a piece of sand. Not throw it in a furnace because they're all busy. So I'm going to take the rest of these bricks. I did find a bunch of Certus quartz and some yellorite, while I was down in the mining shaft. So I'm going to throw those in there because we're not going to need that for a while either. Yellorite is part of the Big Reactors mod, which is basically a mod that creates RF power for the thermal expansion power source. I really like Big Reactors. It's a lot of fun. It's not difficult at all. Although in this mod pack, it does replace the recipe for the reactor casings. Instead of requiring iron, it requires steel. Which is normally a little bit harder than what it is in this modified pack. I did add in Industrial Craft 2, not because I really want to use Industrial Craft. I haven't used Industrial Craft for a long time, but because I needed it for the add-on for Industrial Craft that helps you gauge reactors. What is it called? Reactor Nuclear Control 2. That's what it is. So Nuclear Control has an item called an advanced information panel, and these things are really cool. And I basically use them for decoration. I don't think they work with non-industrial craft power storage to track what is in them, but I will test that. But I don't think it works with those. But however, you can use them also to create really cool looking like text panels, which is why I added it. So now that the furnaces are done, I am going to smelt up a single piece of glass. Two sticks will melt you one item. And then once we've got that single piece of glass, we can put it in between seared bricks, and that will make us our seared tank. We're going to take this seared tank, throw it right here. As you can see, the smeltery controller kicked on. That's because once you have a base that is completely around, the smeltery becomes active. However, when you only have one layer, it only gives you 9 slots to smelt things in. I like to have a little more room than that. So what I'm going to do is build this thing up a little more. I'm going to make 3 more drains and 3 more faucets. And along with those, I am going to make 3 casting basins. I'm also going to move this over because it's kind of annoying where it is. And that's the basics of it. For the rest of it, we're just going to build it up with seared brick. So we need 6 more. Perfect. And we do have a couple of these left, 3 bricks to be exact. I save these because in order to make the tool forge, you're going to need 3 of those. So it's actually the perfect amount. This now holds 27 ore. There's a little slider bar that goes down. This will actually hold 27 ore, and it doubles ore when it melts it. So that will make 54 ingots, which is 6 blocks. So basically, I put in 27 ore in there, and then I hit each of these twice, and it makes 6 blocks, and I have the perfect amount of materials. And I don't have to worry about leftovers being left in here. I find that's really annoying to me. So we're going to go down and see what we have as far as materials, because we are going to need lava in order to run the smeltery, which means I am going to have to use a little bit of iron without doubling it. I know I can make a grinder from Applied Energistics too, but it's not really worth the hassle. It's only 3 pieces of iron. Sorry if that drives you nuts, but if it doesn't drive me nuts, it really shouldn't drive you nuts, because everything drives me nuts. So I'm going to smelt up 3 pieces of iron to make a bucket. I am also going to make 8 pieces of glass. Oh, hey, we had a couple more bricks. And I am going to want 1 piece of copper. So this will make our bucket. Fireworks inside is dangerous. Don't do that. One more piece of glass. And with this 1 piece of copper and 4 pieces of glass, I can make a portable tank from thermal expansion. These are really nice, especially early in the game, because you can move liquids around and don't have to carry 20 buckets with you. I'm also going to need a wrench to pick up the bucket. I don't think it makes it lose its contents anymore if you don't use a wrench, but I don't want to test it. So I'm going to melt up 3 pieces of iron, 1 piece of tin, what does it take? There's another wrench called a Yetta wrench. I think that takes electrical steel. Yes, that takes electrical steel, so I can't make that for a little bit. So I'm going to need some Ender IO machines in order to do that. So in the meantime, I am going to make a crescent hammer from thermal expansion, just because it's a really nice wrench. And now in order to power this thing, I'm going to go down in the hole, because I told you I found lava. Actually, I think I just found lava in this layer, didn't I? This is that cave that zombie was in that I did kill. I also cleared out all the ores, except for this Minitio and some uranium that I can't get yet. Also these copper oreberry bushes here that I can come down and click on every once in a while and get some copper. Basically that smelts into copper nuggets and they'll regrow like that. I heard lava. Maybe I didn't find any in here. I hear, oh, and I need food. So it is about to be nighttime again, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go back down the hole, into the bed. Because I also realized watching the first episode that it is really dark at night when you upload the video to YouTube, because it wasn't that dark before I uploaded it, but afterwards you could really tell how dark it was. So I'm just going to go straight down the hole, because I know there's several lava pools down here. So I did continue this tunnel. Where did I see? Hey. Oh, that's ferrous. Can't line that yet. There's lava. So I'm going to take this portable tank, stick it right here, take my bucket, scoop up the lava. First level portable tank holds 8 buckets worth of material. And then I can keep one in my bucket as well. And I just take my wrench, shift right click, boom, 8 buckets of lava in one space. I've been thinking about how I want to build the base in this play, and I'm thinking I'm going to do an underground build, basically a giant underground laboratory, but I kind of want it to be open. Like, I want this to be a huge round, maybe square area with like catwalks and different things going around the center of it and then around the outside. So, but also leaving it so that you can see the whole way down through, just to add that cool feeling. So we'll see how I can get that to work. There's another zombie friend. Come here, zombie friend. Alright, so we're going to throw our lava in there. This will hold 4 buckets of lava, and I need food. Let's see if we can find any more of those Pam's Harvest Craft plant bushes. There's one. Might want to get a wheat farm going. There's a wheat seed. Just because it looks like food's going to be kind of a pain. There are a lot of different seeds in this pack. Some of them I don't even know what they are. Patty rice? No idea. Probably from Pam's Harvest Craft. Nope, Growth Craft. I don't even know what Growth Craft is. Never used it. I'm just going to see if we can find a couple more wheat seeds. There's one. Guess we're not gonna. So I will go over to here. Just gonna make a real quick hoe. I don't need anything fancy. There's a lake right down here beside us. Oh, more berries. There's a lake right here beside us. Do we have any dirt? Yes. I don't like uneven shorelines. That annoys me too. But then I'm gonna take my hoe. Those are more Pam's Harvest Craft items. Take our 2 seeds. What else did we just pick up? Garlic. Gives half a food. That's pretty much the same as wheat. Coffee beans gives half a food. Patty rice. No idea what that's used for. What is garlic used for? Used to make chicken curry, kimchi, pork lo mein, spicy greens. So there's a lot of different things you can use it for apparently. Garlic chicken. Oh, this cooking oil is a pain. Garlic toast and butter. Makes garlic. Ooh. Well, that's kind of nice. What does it take to make butter? Salt and cream and a saucepan. How do you make cream? Milk bucket. We might work on that later. In the meantime, make some garlic seeds. Plant them. Why not? Celery. Meh. These industrial hemp seeds are really nice because they turn into tall 2-layer plants that break into hemp, which can be turned into string, and as we all know, string can be turned into wool. So it's really nice to get wool and string going early game. So, okay, I don't want to do all this farming. What I'm going to do, however, is make a chest real quick. Slap down right here, throw all these food items in here. Just in case we decided we want to plant them later. In the meantime, I'm going to go kill some cows, I think. Because beef is always good. Come here, cow. Oh, I got apple trees? Oh, that's good too. You're lucky, cow. I found an apple tree. So we'll have to remember that that's there. One other thing I am going to do while I'm thinking of it is make a waypoint right here. Right here. This is going to be the very center of the base. So I'm going to hit the J key. Let's say waypoint, new one, home base. Make that 2 words. Change the color and save. Alright, so now we will always know where home is. It goes right down the center of the base. Let's see what we have as far as ores that we can smelt. We've got 14 iron, 53 copper, 14 tin, 27 aluminum. Perfect. 2 osmium, which is really weird. I usually find a lot more osmium. But in the meantime, I'm going to come back up here. I do want to get a tool forge going because before I can do some serious mining, I like to have a hammer because it's a lot easier. I need a hammer and I need an iron pick. So I'm going to take my aluminum, 27 aluminum, 30. I think I'm going to make the tool forge out of aluminum. You have to have 4 metal blocks of any metal, well, most metals, to make the tool forge. I think I'm going to use aluminum because we have a lot of it and I don't really need that much. And it smelts really fast, which is nice. Alright, so like I said, now that we have 54 metal, I can do this twice and all ingots with nothing left over. These flowers are from a mod called Botania, which I will get into because I really like Botania, but not quite yet. Alright, so now, well, while we're going down to do that, I can throw some, well, we'll do iron, because I am going to need iron. So that'll be enough to make 2 blocks. Going to take our tool forge, or our tool station, and we're going to throw it in a crafting table with 3 seared bricks and 4 aluminum blocks. Will make us our tool forge, which means we can now make the larger tinker's tools, such as the hammer, which I love. So we're going to go over here, we're going to make some more patterns. We're going to need a large plate, we're going to need a tough rod, and we're going to need the hammer head. While I'm at it, I might as well grab the excavator head, the tough binding, the broad axe head, and I think that's all I'm going to need for now. I do usually make one of these large blade weapons. I think it's called a cleaver later on because it makes it a lot easier to get with their skeleton heads because they have a natural beheading ability. But in the meantime, I am going to make a stone pickaxe head. I am going to make a stone large plate, a tough rod, stone tough rod, a stone hammerhead, and I think that's really all I need for now. The rest of these I'll just throw in here and use later. Going to go back up to the surface. No, we're not. We're going to go to sleep. There we got zombie friends and a creeper. I think zombies can tell where we are from a lot further away than other mobs. Because they just seem to come from nowhere. Alright, so the reason I made all these stone things is because we need those to make molds for our smeltery. So aluminum is one ingredient that we need. We also need copper, and that will make us, for every 1 copper ingot and 3 aluminum ingots, it will make 4 molten aluminum brass. And then we can pour that over these items to make molds. So the pickaxe head can go right there. Wait for the copper to melt down. I can't wait to have an axe. Check on our farm real quick. Not much progress. Yeah, what is this? Oh, it's another entrance to that same cave. That's right, we didn't have aluminum in there anymore. It was all iron. So I'm going to take those 2 iron blocks out. We have 4 copper. So we need 12. Or no, if we have 4 copper, yeah, then we need 12. No, yeah, 12 aluminum, which 2 blocks is actually 18, but that's okay. Then we gotta wait for those to melt down. We'll take our iron. Luckily, aluminum does melt down really fast. So we have 6 aluminum left over, and we have 16 aluminum brass. So we're going to make our cast for pickaxe head. I'm going to make a chest real quick, just to hold these casts. Throw them up here. We're going to make our large plate cast. You can take these stone parts and just kind of throw them. Stone hammerhead. Stone tough rod. And then what we're actually going to do is take our pickaxe head. We're going to take a piece of iron. Actually, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to take one of our pieces of iron right here, and we're going to make an ingot mold, because we are going to have little extra pieces left over. Now, in order to make an iron hammer, I need 8 pieces of iron for the head, 8 pieces of iron for each of 2 plates. So I need 24 iron, which right now I have 17. What do I have downstairs yet? Nothing. I brought it all with me. could have sworn, well, I have 5 there. So I have 17. I'll actually have 27. That's actually, yeah, I can do that. So I'm just going to throw these last couple pieces of iron in. I'm going to take the 1 iron that I have in here already and make my pickaxe head. Throw that in there. Didn't want that. So while that melts up, I'm going to go make my new pick. In order to make a pick, we're going to need a few other parts. We need our tool binding again. I don't have any sticks on me, so I'm going to do that. And then we're going to make an iron pick. The stone tough rod can just go down the hole. I like to keep the stone pickaxe on me as well, just so I can use it to break things that don't require iron to break, because then I don't have to waste iron repairing this pickaxe all the time. Let's go up and see if our iron is finished smelting. Oh, I forgot to melt down these. Well, I'm going to let these melt down, and in the meantime, I'm going to go see what digging out of this terrain that I can do. So I will let this melt down and be back in just a minute. Alright guys, welcome back. The iron is smelted down now. I did some digging, and I am ready to make my hammer. This is going to be the last thing we do for today, because the episode's gone about a little over half an hour now. And I want to try to keep it at about there just for ease of uploading. Just to talk a little bit more about where the series is going, I would like to do an episode every day, but my schedule doesn't permit me to actually record and upload an episode every day. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is recording a few episodes at once and then releasing them over the course of a couple days. And I can't promise that I'll have an episode out every day, unless the show becomes really popular, in which case I will try my best. But as of now, potentially not, but gonna try. So we got our hammer head. We're gonna make our 2 plates. I am gonna use wood for the tough rod for this one, just because it's not a very high tier hammer. It's only iron, so I won't be using it for very long. It'll be a lot of my early game mining. It'll be really useful for that, but after that I won't really use it at all, because I will go straight for a cobalt hammer, because it is the fastest material to build a mining tool out of, with the exception of some of the extra Tinker's Construct. There's an add-on for Tinker's Construct called Extra Tick, and it allows you to use things like Enderium to make even faster tools. But Cobalt is still way up there, so I'm going to finish making this hammer, and in the next episode what we are going to shoot for is going to the Nether. I'm going to do a lot of mining in between this episode and next episode. Next episode I've got a lot I want to try to get done, because in order to get to the Nether we need obsidian, and I do not like wasting diamonds on making picks. So one of the first machines I like to go for is a igneous extruder and an aqueous accumulator. And that will, we need some wood, and that will allow us to make obsidian without ever having to use diamonds to make tools. So I'm going to go cut down a tree super quick. We'll see if that gives us enough to make our hammer. I think we really just need 3 planks to make the tough rod. Wooden tough rod. This can go back in here. We're making a hammer. And we have a hammer. Again, could rename it right here. Not going to, because I'm not using it for very long. So I'm going to take this hammer. And there we go. I'm going to use this between this episode and next to do some mining down in the hole, see if we can get some redstone, maybe some diamonds, and I'll be back to show you guys where I am next episode. If you like the episode, as always, give me a like. If you want to see a lot more coming out, go ahead and subscribe. See what I can do for you. Have a good one.